Welcome to the Super Chunky Podcast Show with your hosts, Christy and Bert. Today is April 14th, 2018, and this is episode 2. Thank you for joining us today. This episode is posting a little early this week. I'm currently on vacation in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, visiting family, and I am stuck in my hotel room due to this current blizzard in April we're experiencing. So I had some time on my hands to get the episode done and ready. For those of you that don't live in the northern states, this isn't typical weather for us. Usually we have spring right about now, but this winter's been very cranky this year, and we get some nice spring-like days to melt all the snow, then some more snow, then spring again to melt everything, and then more snow. And now here in Sioux Falls and parts of Minnesota, we're under a blizzard warning, and Sioux Falls even has a flood warning that was happening as well. It's been kind of crazy around here. I'm supposed to be leaving home tomorrow, but we'll have to see how the roads are. So as you probably have guessed, I'm not joined by Christy today. We knew this vacation was coming up, so we decided to record our experience during the Minnesota Yarn Shop Hop last week. So what you're about to hear was recorded during our 2-day road trip visiting 15 yarn shops through the greater metro area on April 5 through 6. We visited 11 shops the first day, and then the final 4 shops on the second day. We took a moment in the car between shops to record our thoughts. You'll occasionally hear Christy's mom, Jan, in the background. We apologize for the audio quality. We recorded everything on portable recording equipment. So enjoy, and we'll get back to our normal conversation in 2 weeks. You good?
Probably.
Okay. Well,
I don't know how close it needs to be.
Well, you're working. I think you're working.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm collecting Pokemon.
You're collecting Pokemon?
It's my job today. Collecting knitting patterns, yarn, and Pokemon.
Well, there you go. So what have we thought so far?
Let's see. So first shop we hit was all about yarn. What was their theme? First responders. And their yarn really matched that really well. Sort of a red, blue, white.
Yep.
A little black mixed in. And I think one of the owners mentioned that the dyer is a retired police officer, so
right.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of coincidental, but it sounded cool. It's yarn from Texas. I don't remember that it's like Twisted Owl or something with an owl. I like owls.
Yes, so, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I liked that they had both a knit and a crochet pattern. It was a knit hat and a crocheted fingerless gloves. Then we headed over to Amazing Threads.
Right.
Who, as tradition dictates, had 3 different patterns with 3 totally different yarns.
Right.
But at least they did have one that was crochet, which I definitely appreciate.
Yes.
That there's one, I do both, and so it's kind of fun. And there are some people that only crochet, so I think it's really cool when shops do have something to crochet.
I think the thing I don't like is when the pattern takes so much yarn.
Yes.
Like one of them, I think she mentioned, takes 4 to 5.
Right.
It's like, wow.
It's not like they're $5 skeins or something.
No, some of these skeins are kind of expensive.
But I mean, their patterns are pretty. Mm-hmm. I ended up choosing the yarn that goes with the crochet one, partly because it was something that only needed 1 skein, and it was Wonderland, which I love. Right. Wonderland yarns. Yep. So that was sort of an easy choice.
Huh?
Yeah.
And the colors were beautiful.
Yeah, it's not really my colors. Kind of,
No,
like
it wasn't.
pinky oranges, yellows, or something. But it'll be fun and bright, and I probably could use it.
And like I mentioned, I'm not big on crochet, but I actually like that pattern. It didn't look as crochet as some stuff does.
Yeah, it was very, it wasn't a granny square by any means. It had some fun elements. Some little wormtail kind of thing, which I've done in knitting, but not crochet.
Right.
So anything else about Amazing Threads?
It was hopping when we first got in there.
It was hopping.
Oh my gosh.
It was hard to get through the line.
Yes.
It was hard to check out.
Yeah.
There were definitely a lot of people.
And I think that's always been a thing, is the spacing issue in there. It's pretty tight.
It is. Yeah. So then, let's see. We hopped down to Excelsior to go to Lakeside Yarn, which I like their shop. Like they're the as far as, it's like, I always feel like it's friendly there. And,
right. It's cozy.
And yeah, it's a nice environment. They are in Excelsior, so that, does mean something about kind of the yarns that they carry and stuff. But I always find pretty things there.
Right.
We didn't talk about Amazing Threads Hero, which was Sisterhood.
Oh, right.
I don't know what to say about that. I don't have a sister.
I do, but it's not the same thing.
Right. So let's see. So anyway, and then back at Lakeside, the hero was Tilly. There's a whole thing that I need to read to know what that was all about.
Me too.
Something about refugee camp or something. I don't know. So that'll be good to read up on. I like that they kind of have some sort of like historical thing.
And I like when they put up a display or something.
Yeah, they do a nice job of kind of explaining stuff and putting up a thing. They do have some fancy Fido yarn again, which is a little tough on the pocketbook, but it is a gorgeous sort of like a shawl, but connected, but you knit it in the round, but it's kind of styled or like knit in a way where it kind of ends up looking a little bit like a shawl draped over your shoulders, but it's kind of cool. Kind of a crescent shawl type thing. I really, really, really like the colors. Those are me colors.
Yes.
Sort of like muted blues and greens.
Right. And then we had lunch.
Yep. Then we stopped for a very nutritious lunch. Oh, look, a fire station.
And now, where are we headed now?
Twisted Loop. That's one of the trickier ones for navigation to find.
Right.
But yeah, I really like, if that shop wasn't so far away, I would maybe go to it every once in a while. I think Jenny is the shop owner's name. I really like her. Something like that. I
got free stuff the last time I was there because I still wore my unicorn pin from the from 2016 that matched my beard. So I got the other pin I didn't get.
That's right. Forgot about that. Aren't you a freaking unicorn?
Yes. Yes, I am.
That was where I bought that one orange and white Attenti purse.
Right.
A few years ago.
That was the shop that we discovered.
Those
stitch holders.
Yeah, those circular stitch holder thingies that are really slick. I love those things. I think there was someone who posted on the Ravelry group for the Shop Hop that she and her friend have like a goal to knit all of the things in between each Shop Hop.
Oh my God.
I know. I could do that, but it might be all I get done. I mean, when they had that contest where you posted stuff on Instagram, like things that you've made from previous Shop Hops on Instagram, I found all of the things that I've made, like all 5 of them.
Me too.
And I've been to how many shops? It's the 12th annual, and I've been doing this at least, I don't know, 6 years.
You did it a year or 2 before I ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we left off with...
So I think we last talked about...
Twisted Loop.
Yeah. Okay.
So then we have Unwind.
All right. Did we talk... So we talked about 4 shops? Because we talked about... Yeah.
We didn't talk about...
No, we talked about Lakeside.
We didn't talk about Twisted Loop. Because we didn't talk about Doctor Who yet.
Right. Okay. So shop number 4 was where we encountered Doctor number 4.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Their hero was Doctor Who, and specifically the Tom Baker Doctor Who number 4.
I loved their patterns and their kit.
Yeah, those were really fun.
Yeah.
They're, Doctor Who-ish. So yeah, they had 2 patterns. One, a scarf, one, a hat out of the same kit that are sort of, like Tom Baker scarf inspired.
Right. And even though they weren't like exact colors, they went really well together.
Yeah. They look really nice. Spoilers, we might be wearing that for Shop Hop next year.
Right.
Might be our matching item. So last year we wore items that were made out of the same colorway 5-pack of yarn in like sort of a coral peachy gradient.
Yep.
Different patterns. This year we're all doing the same pattern, but
and yarn, just different colors.
And then different colors of Malabrigo. I don't know how to pronounce Caracol or whatever, for sure. And so yeah, next year we'd be totally matchy if we wore our scarves, and
which would hats. Technically, I guess, be the next progression,
right?
Really.
Right. Sort of makes sense. So,
and then they had the nice Doctor Who bags. Those were cool.
Yeah, so Daisy Girl bags. And I think that they said that they got the fabric special. Like, it wasn't just, like fabric you find. Like, they maybe had the fabric designed, and they're cool Daisy Girl bags that have a window opening, which I love. Mm-hmm. I have the owl.
There we go. So we left off at Unwind Yarn.
Yep. So, Oma Shawl.
Oma Shawl. And it was the kind of a neutral color with 3 different colors. Pink, accents, purple, or blue. Right? Was it a blue?
Yeah, sort of an aqua blue, I think.
Right.
Yeah. It was pretty.
And I liked it in theirs for their hero, the grandmother, that they had people write on the window who their knitting hero was.
Yes.
That was kind of cool and interactive.
Yeah. I had no idea what to put for that, so I didn't.
Yeah, neither did I. And then from there we went to 3 kittens.
Oh, yeah, she had 3.
Yep.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Ada Lovelace, and a third, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Lovelace hat, My Own Words cowl, or the patterns. Right.
Yeah, that third inspiration is...
I always enjoy her shop. It's more of a geeky shop.
I kind of think it's fun that they also have needlepoint stuff.
Yes, oh my God.
I kind of wish that they had cross-stitch stuff, because I do that, or I used to do that, and it might be fun
I'm
to check it out.
kind of glad I don't do either of those, because I would buy so much thread.
Yeah, so they had the same base yarn, but 3 different colorways. That was a really hard decision, but I only got one. I got the one that was inspired by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Oh. I really hemmed and hawed over a really cool Attenti bag at 3 Kittens, but I chose not to get it. But I did get a cool felted, basket woven.
No, that wasn't at 3 Kittens. Was it?
Oh, no.
No. That was at...
I'm screwing up my shops. Those 2 shops remind me so much of each other in some ways that... yeah,
it was
from the heart. Yeah, I don't know why I get those ones confused sometimes. But yeah, so 3 Kittens. Was I tempted by anything at 3 Kittens?
Well, we saw those yarn bowls.
Oh, right.
And then there was that wooden one that had a yarn holder thing on one side, and the needle gauge and little ruler on the other side of the box.
Right, yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool design.
And then, of course, she's always got wonderful bags.
Yes.
Themed bags and things.
Yes.
And then Knitting from the Heart, theirs was...
Underdog!
Oh, that's right, Underdog.
That's going to be obnoxious on the recording.
Their what color would you say that was? Like an orangey?
Yeah, they had...
Peachy?
Yeah, they had one that was sort of darker corals. Corals, yeah.
But with more orange in it, I think.
It was a little more orange. And
that one was already sold out.
Yes. And then one that was more just straight blues, and then one that was denim that sort of blues and sort of into a grayish mottled thing. There's a better word for that. I spent some time drooling over a really cool Attenti bag with papayas on it. But I walked away without that, and then got the felted basket cool bag
which is really cool, and I would totally buy one if I'm pretty sure that's wool.
Yes,
and that would just kill my wife.
Yeah, we don't want Amy to.
No, we don't want that.
No. So yeah, it was. But it was kind of fun. I really kind of like some of the shops that do some fun heroes as well, and I think Underdog, and I think they had a thing that everybody is a hero kind of thing.
They had cupcakes and coffee.
Yes.
And little chocolate treats.
Yes.
And then from there we went to Darn It Anyway in Stillwater. I loved theirs. Theirs was military families.
Yes.
And the pattern was While Waiting cowl, which was really pretty.
Yeah.
It has a simple kind of elegance to it. Right.
But the yarn is Sweet Georgia, which I think is a silk blend. It's soft and gorgeous, all Sweet Georgia. I'm trying to think. I keep forgetting something that I was going to say about Darn It Anyway. Other than I love the name, Darn It Anyway.
We saw some fun, inappropriate bags.
Yes. They have some of the